Chapter 1. The Lie of Thinking. What if everything you've been waiting for, the love, the freedom, the proof that your life is finally working, has been standing at your door the whole time, but you can't hear it knocking because you're thinking too loudly? You've been told your thoughts create reality, that if you can just think clearly enough, visualize brightly enough, repeat your affirmations with enough discipline, life will rearrange itself to match your vision. But what if that's the very thing holding everything still? The overthinking, the planning, the trying. Reality doesn't listen to thought. It listens to feeling. This is the quiet truth hidden underneath all the noise of manifestation culture. The field, that infinite ocean of possibility you keep trying to command, doesn't respond to your mind's instructions. It responds to what your nervous system already believes is true. You can say, "I'm abundant" 1,000 times, but if your body is still tense, if your chest still tightens when bills arrive, the field reads your real frequency, fear. And fear doesn't lie. The field mirrors what you actually embody, not what you perform. This is why you can study every book, attend every seminar, master every affirmation, and still feel stuck. Because you're trying to think your way into a frequency that only opens through emotion. Pause. Breathe. Notice what you feel right now. Not what you wish to feel, but what's here underneath the words. That feeling is your broadcast, the signal you're sending into the field, whether you mean to or not. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. And what you are is defined not by your goals, not by your intellect, but by the emotional vibration you live in, most often. So here's the hard truth. Knowledge doesn't create transformation. Embodiment does. The field doesn't care how much you understand it. It cares how coherently you feel. Coherence means that your mind and body tell the same story. When your thoughts say, "I trust," and your body agrees, energy moves. Reality reorganizes. But when your mind says, "I'm ready," while your gut whispers, "I'm still scared," the field listens to the fear. Because emotion always wins the argument. That's the secret most people miss. Emotion isn't decoration, it's instruction. It's not feedback from reality, it's the programming language of reality itself. Every emotion you feel is a command to the quantum field. When you feel anxious, the field builds a world that makes anxiety valid. When you feel joy without reason, the field delivers reasons to justify it. The universe doesn't reward effort, it rewards resonance. And that's why you can't outthink your way into a new life. Thought is air, light, quick, and fleeting. But emotion is density. It bends matter. It collapses possibility into form. So before we go further, ask yourself this quietly. What emotion runs my life when I'm not performing, when no one's watching, when I stop pretending I'm okay? Because that, not your vision board, not your goals, is the reality your field is listening to right now. And until you change the feeling, everything else is just rehearsal. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper into this mechanism, how emotion speaks to the quantum field, how your body translates vibration into experience, and how you can begin today to reprogram the frequency that creates your world. But for now, remember, the mind explains, the body decides, and the field is always listening to your decision. Chapter 2. The language of emotion. You've spent most of your life trying to convince your mind. Convince it that you're safe, that you're worthy, that everything is finally going to work out. But the mind is a skeptic. It needs evidence before it believes. The heart, though, the heart speaks a different language. It doesn't need proof, it creates it. This is where manifestation actually begins. Not with ideas, but with emotional fluency. Because emotion is the only language the field truly understands. Every thought you have sends out a signal. But that signal is weak until you charge it with feeling. It's like switching on a light bulb without electricity. No matter how perfectly designed it is, it won't shine. Emotion is the current. It animates thought. It tells the field, this one matters. This one is real. When you feel something deeply, your body changes. Your heartbeat shifts. Your electromagnetic field expands. Your cells listen. Neuroscientists call it coherence, a state where the brain and the heart move in rhythm, like two musicians suddenly playing the same song. And when that happens, reality starts to echo the music. But coherence isn't achieved through pretending. You can't fake a frequency. If you're saying, "I'm at peace," while your body still remembers chaos, the field will always choose the body's signal over the mind's words. That's why repeating affirmations rarely works. Because they live on the surface while the emotion lives underground. You can think your way through 1,000 affirmations, but one genuine moment of gratitude can change your life faster than any mantra ever will. Because emotion collapses potential into presence. It turns someday into now. Here's what that means. The universe doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your vibration. And your vibration is simply your emotional baseline, the feeling you return to when you're not trying to be spiritual, not trying to be good, not trying to manifest, just being. That's what the field reads. That's what you're broadcasting every moment of your life. So the question isn't, how do I think better thoughts? It's, how do I feel the truth of the life I want before it arrives? Imagine a radio. Every frequency already exists. All the songs are playing right now. But you can only hear the one you're tuned to. Your emotions are that dial. Fear tunes you to timelines of scarcity. Joy tunes you to timelines of ease. Peace tunes you to timelines of clarity. You're not creating new frequencies, you're selecting them. And selection happens through feeling. So instead of asking, when will it come? Ask, what would it feel like if it were already here? Not what it would look like, but what it would feel like in your body. Would your breath slow down? Would your shoulders drop? Would your mind finally go quiet? Start there. That feeling, small, simple, embodied, is the password. It's how your system tells the universe, this is the version of me that's active now. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper. You'll learn how your emotional memory, those patterns buried in your body, has been quietly steering your life, recycling the same timelines again and again, and how you can finally reprogram it, not by trying harder, but by teaching your body a new feeling. Because your body is the bridge, and the bridge always leads where the feeling flows. Chapter 3, the emotional memory loop. Every emotion you've ever felt is still living somewhere inside you. It's stored in your muscles, your heartbeat, the way your shoulders tighten when someone says the wrong thing. You call it personality, but it's really memory, emotional memory. Your body doesn't just remember events, it remembers the feeling of them. Think about it. You can close your eyes right now and recall a moment of embarrassment from 10 years ago, and your stomach still twists. The event is gone, but the emotion is alive. That's the loop most people are trapped in, reliving emotional echoes long after the sound has faded. Here's the truth. You don't react to life as it is. You react to life as your body remembers it. And that's why change feels so hard. Because even when you set new intentions, your nervous system is still wired for the past. It's still tuned to old frequencies, fear, disappointment, lack, broadcasting signals that the quantum field faithfully mirrors back to you. You keep meeting the same kinds of people, hitting the same walls, replaying the same stories, not because you're cursed or broken, but because your body has become addicted to familiar emotions. The chemistry of sadness feels like home. The adrenaline of anxiety feels like control. The mind says, "I'm ready for new." But the body whispers, "I only trust what I know." That's the emotional memory loop. You're not living your current life. You're reenacting the emotional past. Here's what neuroscience and ancient wisdom both agree on. The body doesn't know the difference between a remembered emotion and a current one. If you think about a painful moment, your brain fires the same neurons, your heart releases the same hormones, your field emits the same frequency. So you can wake up every day in a new morning, but your energy is still repeating yesterday. This is why you can't think your way out of old patterns. You have to feel your way out. You must teach your body what it feels like to live in a new emotional landscape. To feel safety before proof, peace before resolution, love before arrival. The first step is awareness. Start noticing which feelings you return to without meaning to. What's your emotional home? Is it stress, restlessness, self-doubt? These feelings are not your truth. They're your training. They're the emotional habits your body rehearsed so often they became automatic. But habits can be rewired. Every time you notice yourself slipping into an old emotion, you have a choice. Reinforce it or release it. You release it by feeling something else on purpose, by choosing, even for a few breaths, to feel the emotion of the future instead of the memory of the past. And when you do, the loop begins to break. Your body starts to recalibrate. The field begins to respond to a new signal. You stop being a character in an old story and start writing a new one. In the next chapter, we'll turn this awareness into practice. You'll learn how to reprogram emotional memory, not by suppressing old feelings, but by retraining your nervous system to trust joy, safety, and expansion. Because until your body feels safe in the new frequency, it will always retreat to the old one. But once it learns the new feeling, reality has no choice but to follow. Chapter 4. Reprogramming the body. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your body as a living instrument. Every cell, every heartbeat, every breath is a string vibrating to a certain tune. For years, it's been playing the same melody, the familiar, emotional soundtrack of your past. Maybe it's tension. Maybe it's striving. Maybe it's the quiet hum of not enough. You didn't choose this song consciously. It chose you, written by memory, repetition, and survival. But here's the truth. Your body isn't your enemy. It's a faithful student. It's been listening to your emotions and copying them perfectly, over and over. Because that's what bodies do. They learn through feeling. The problem is, it doesn't know when to stop practicing. Reprogramming the body begins when you start teaching it a new emotional song. Not by fighting the old one, but by showing it something better to play. The first step is permission. You must give yourself permission to feel something new before the world gives you a reason. If you wait for life to prove it's safe before you relax, you'll wait forever. Safety begins inside. Your nervous system learns it from you. So, here's a simple truth that most people miss. Your body doesn't speak English. It doesn't understand words like, I'm abundant, I'm healed, or I'm free. It only speaks in vibration. It listens to breath, posture, rhythm, tone. When you hunch forward and clench your jaw, the body hears fear. When you slow your breath and open your chest, it hears peace. That's the language of reprogramming. Movement, rhythm, and emotion combined. You don't have to fake it. You just have to practice it. Every time you choose to feel something new, calm instead of panic, gratitude instead of lack, joy instead of doubt, you teach your body a new frequency. At first, it will resist. It will say, this isn't safe. This isn't me. But if you stay patient, it will start to remember that it's safe to feel good. That's when transformation begins. The trick is consistency, not intensity. You don't have to hold the feeling all day. You just need to visit it often enough that your body begins to recognize it as home. Think of it like tuning an instrument. You adjust it a little at a time until the vibration feels right. Try this. Take a slow breath. Feel your heart expand slightly as you inhale. Now imagine the version of you who has already arrived, who's already living the life you've been calling in. Don't picture it. Feel it. What would your body feel like if it were already true? Let that feeling spread like warmth through your chest, your stomach, your hands. This isn't pretending. It's practice. You're teaching your body how to play a new song. And here's the secret. Once the body learns the tune, it doesn't forget. It will start to hum it on its own, even when your mind drifts. That's coherence, when your body, mind, and energy finally move in harmony. In the next chapter, we'll explore what happens when you hold that coherence long enough for reality to respond. How the field starts to rearrange itself, not because you demanded it, but because you became it. That's the moment where effort ends and embodiment begins. Chapter 5. The moment reality responds. There comes a moment in this work, a quiet, subtle shift, where the world starts answering back. It doesn't happen with fireworks or sudden miracles. It happens in whispers. You'll wake up one morning and something will feel lighter. Your chest will open just a bit more. A stranger will smile at you. An opportunity you thought was gone will circle back. And you'll realize, this is it. Reality is finally catching up to the frequency you've been practicing. This is the moment where your inner signal and the outer field meet. It's where coherence turns into correspondence, where the invisible becomes visible. You see, the quantum field has always been listening. It wasn't ignoring you, it was waiting for consistency. The field doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to repetition, to the rhythm of emotion that you hold long enough for it to stabilize. Think of it like tuning a radio. At first, there's static. Your old emotions blending with the new frequency you're learning to hold. But if you keep your hand on the dial, eventually, the noise fades, and the signal becomes clear. That clarity is coherence. That's when reality begins to reorganize itself around your new vibration. The truth is, the field isn't testing you. It's syncing with you. And the more coherent your signal, the more your thoughts, feelings, and energy agree, the faster the synchronization happens. You'll start noticing strange coincidences. Numbers repeating, messages arriving right on time. People showing up who mirror the next version of you. That's not luck. That's physics. The feedback loop of creation is returning the energy you've been broadcasting. Here's where most people falter. They get the first glimpse of change and rush to check if it's working. They look for confirmation instead of maintaining the state that created it. The moment you start checking, you've left coherence. You've slipped back into waiting instead of being. And waiting is just another word for separation. So instead of asking, "Is it working?" ask, "Am I still in tune?" If the answer is yes, stay there. The field always mirrors the dominant frequency, not the impatient one. Your job now is not to make things happen, it's to maintain the signal. To live from the state, not toward it. To hold the vibration of peace when nothing's certain. To feel gratitude before the reason appears. To choose coherence even when evidence hasn't arrived yet. This is how timelines collapse. Not through force, not through effort, but through emotional stability. When your frequency becomes steady, reality no longer has a choice. It must conform, because energy follows order. And coherence is order in motion. So keep practicing, keep feeling, keep tuning. Your only task is to stay loyal to the version of you who already arrived. Because once you hold that feeling long enough, reality will stop lagging behind and start keeping pace with you.